Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Rift Racoon. This game was developed by Marcus Game Dev and Ratalaika Games and published by East Asia Soft Limited and released on May 11th, 2021 for a price of $4.99. At the time of recording this review, the game is on sale, so you can save $1 and pick it up for $3.99. So what is Rift Racoon? It's a platformer game where you play as a kind of raccoon who gets to teleport and jump around a wide variety of different levels, trying to collect gems and climb and interact with all the objects. When you first start off into the game, it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of have to know that you need to dodge various environmental hazards and figure out how to climb. Now, one thing to note is when you are climbing as your little guy, he does sort of have stamina, so he will start to wear himself out while you're playing. So you do need to be cautious there, because if you wear him out a little too much, you'll fall to your death and unfortunately die. Now, this game is extremely generous in the sense of checkpoints, but at some of the later levels, it isn't as generous, as well as there are opportunities for some weird bug interactions, as you can see there, to happen, where I'm just stuck jumping on a person. Now, the game does have collectibles. There's these little gems that float around. You can see the one that I just picked up. I already had collected, so that's why it was kind of a little shouted out. The game only wants you to collect 3 gems through the entire game while you're playing, so you don't have to sit and collect everything, as well as the achievements only require you to complete a handful of levels in this game. With that being said, if you do want to pick the game up just for like the achievement standpoint, it'll take you about 10 to 20 minutes, just depending on your skill level with platform style games. It's nothing too difficult or challenging. Overall, I think this is a pretty cute and adorable little platformer. It does get a little frustrating with having to kind of figure out some of the sequences to how buttons and stuff work in the game. You have this neat little teleporting ability that you'll kind of figure out how to work with, and then later in the stages you'll also discover an ability where you can kind of interact with these like little bold trigger things to teleport faster. So it's definitely an interesting little platformer mechanic, as well as you can get yourself stuck in walls, so make sure you're very careful, because if you get stuck in walls you will die, and as you get further into the game the checkpoints do get more and more unforgivable, so it is definitely a thing to consider while you're playing, as well as a thing that I didn't really notice quite at first was I would forget later stages that I could just change the direction of where I'm jumping. So keep that in mind. Some of the levels you may have to use a little bit of ingenuity when trying to hunt where to go, as well as you can see here where you get stuck in the wall, which is a very unfortunate thing. Overall though, Rift Racoon is pretty fun for what it is. It's about $5. It's a pretty quick, easy playthrough and completion. The level requirements don't really ask you to do much more than get to stage, I think it's 2-8, as well as the achievements are a fairly easy list to knock out. I think if you look here, did them all in one day in one quick little sitting. You just have to get to stage 2-8, as well as these gems. You're going to find plenty of them in the early stages. As you can see, I got all the gems by stage 1-5, so it's nothing too hard. And if you do find yourself running into some difficulty playing the game, you can change the difficulty of the mode from casual to normal, so you can weaken the game down a little bit if you are struggling. Didn't really notice too much of a difference, but it's there if you want to try to make it a little easier for yourself. I'm not really too sure what the ease of gameplay really gets to. Overall though, if I have to give this game any type of a rating, I'm going to give it about a 6 out of 10. It's fun, but it's really simple and short, and especially with all the platformers that we've recently reviewed, like Moonraker and stuff. I think there's definitely some better platformers to pick up. If you want the quick gamer score, definitely pick up Rift Racoon. If you've got a few bucks and have already bought everything, pick up Rift Racoon. But if you're looking for an entry-level platformer, I'd recommend maybe checking out a few other games on the channel that we've covered. Outside of that though, if you have any questions, let us know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time.